Well, this is a bit of a collaboration. You probably don't want to watch it, no holds barred. You don't have the attention span. I mean, if you can't watch a 5-minute video and understand what some dumb American said, nor can you watch a 2-hour video where we repeat over and over what she said, there is no fucking chance that you will understand what we're gonna say in this video. But you're welcome to watch it. And it's a collaboration of what you would call a group of cucks, white knighting for some fat American. That would be your view on it. So our first person up is the devil in the details. G'day, mate.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is the Devil in the Details, and I'd like to thank Suit and everyone else for inviting me to join in this collaboration. Yeah, I'm new to the YouTubing world, and, well, I'm just a baby, but thanks for Suit for allowing me to join in on this, because this was hilarious to watch last night.
Oh, mate, it was comedy gold, as Roary would say. Our next collaborator is Direwolf. G'day, Direwolf. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Suit. SDA's live stream with No Holds Barred was hysterical. No one is better at making No Holds Barred look like an idiot other than No Holds Barred himself.
And of course, we've got my beta bitch, Roary the motherfucking lion.
Sup, peeps? Thanks for letting me on this rebut of that whole saga with No Holds Barred. You know, a few things that really struck me about his response is that he never actually answered any of the fucking questions, even when he went through and responded to the actual video. All he was doing was defending what he was saying, but I think he missed the entire point. I guess that we've already said that. He's missed the entire point. So the original video that he put out before Suit had actually released our 2-hour fucking thing, and by the way, that's a dick move. An absolute dick move. Suit went out of his way to try to do this as courteous as possible. I'm subscribed to you. Suit is subscribed to you. We are legitimate fans of yours. Suit extended an invitation to have a rational, reasonable discussion, and what do? You act like a motherfucking coward, and you throw names around like you're a funny fucker. But guess what? You're not. If you haven't realized, you don't get the same amount of views as what you used to. Why is that? Because all you do is throw fluff around. Just fluff. People tune out. I'd really like to see your retention rate, because I tried to sit through at least 5 of your videos to do exactly what you did to Suit, but I couldn't even fucking bear to look at them. So you release your video before we've released ours, trying to call Suit out on fucked if I know. And you've got all your MGTOW on your side, so that's great. You've been patted on the back by these cunts. That's fine. They're your community, fucking understand it. But that whole thing, the video that you're doing, the reason why you did it is because of money. Obviously, that's the only reason why we put videos out. That's why you monetize them. You're gonna get less and less views, which will equal less and less money. All because you love getting a pat on the back. Fuck, No Holds Barred released another cracker. Oh shit, fucking get that kind of fucking crown. And you shout off fucking things like, hey, put his Aussie accent on a little bit more. But you fucking defend that voice acting, of acting like a stoner. It's the exact same thing. You know, if Suit adds a little bit more to his voice, you yourself actually adds character to your voice to sound like a dickhead stoner, where realistically you're just a dickhead. On top of that, you think calling us white knights, like you're fucking standing behind that. You think that, oh, that'll get them? Fuck yeah, white knight cucks. Oh, I'm gonna have the afternoon off now. These cunts are fucking burned like a motherfucker. White knight cucks. Wow, you've been watching too many videos. Way too many. Before I finish, I want to just put an offer out there. And this has to do with your IQ. But there is a direct correlation to people who boast about their intelligence and having none. You've been holding on to it quite a lot, defending the fact that you think your IQ is 135. Prove it. Now's your chance to prove it. Mensa have a website which you have to meet a certain specification, certain IQ level to actually become a secret member of Mensa. But if you can prove that you've taken the official Mensa IQ test, I'll be fucking sound as a pound. So I put it to you. I've not done this test. If we do a live stream, can we both do this test together and see what the outcome is? Because I have no idea what my IQ is, but I'm pretty cluey at picking up on bullshit, and you are fucking dropping it like it's hot. Either that or prove that you actually have this IQ score. All you're proving now is the scientific fact that the unintelligent promote themselves to be anything but.
Alrighty guys, let's get into this and have a bit of a laugh.
Okay, we're live and we're here with No Holds Barred. Say hi.
Greetings.
So how are you today?
I'm fairly well. And how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So it's nice to actually finally talk to you instead of going back and forth in videos. So I guess we're just going to talk about the original video and the points that I brought up in that video.
Yeah, let's bring them up again.
What do you want to bet? He still doesn't understand what SDA was saying in an original video, despite having it explained to him in excruciating detail by myself, Suit, and Roary.
Sure.
That's all right with you. All right. So the main idea of that video was just that if you're somebody who despises one gender or the other, whether you're a MGTOW or a feminist or anybody else, that I just think it's childish and I don't think it makes any sense.
Sure.
So
I guess the reason I even did a video response in the first place is the kind of the attitude that you showed towards MGTOW. And I think it's best summarized by your quote from that video. I think this is a fairly accurate quote. Basically, when you say, all you MGTOWs and man-hating feminists are both the fucking same.
Yep. Miss the point.
Called it.
Even when it was spelt out to him in a live debate.
So with that sentence and that kind of general attitude, you're kind of assigning an emotional...
To just clear that up.
A group of men.
I made it perfectly clear in the video.
Yes, you did, dear. You made it very clear. And you said it again. Not even 2 minutes into a live debate, you explained it to him. And he still missed it.
That I said it at the very beginning. MGTOWs who hate women. I'm sorry I didn't reiterate it at that point in the video.
You shouldn't have to reiterate it every fucking minute. You said it once. No holds barred. How does your brain operate? Is it like a goldfish? Once around the bowl and it's all new again. Fucking guppy mind.
But if you watch the entire video, it's very clear that that's what I meant.
Seriously? Not even 2 minutes in it and you're already misquoting? Do you not know that you go into a debate with notes and things pre-set up? Sheesh.
Dude, the only notes that No Holds Barred's got are the MGTOW notes. He's got like pages of MGTOW quotes all around his fucking computer. I can see it. I can visualize it now. It's like his holy Bible of MGTOW. And he will try and quote and insert those fucking things into anything that he can without even listening to the context of what was being said.
I can't believe you expected any level of preparation from this lazy-ass mongoloid. He was so lazy, in fact, when he responded to the original video, he took no time to actually understand the actual subject of the video.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the, I guess, the rhetoric that MGTOW hate women, I think that's often used disingenuous.
I didn't say, no, wait. Let's take a step back here. I didn't say that MGTOWs hate women as a general statement. I said MGTOWs specifically who hate women. So that would be a subset of that group. Just like feminists who flat out hate men would be a subset of that group.
At the start of the video, but then I get the overall impression.
Mate, it doesn't matter what overall impression or feeling you got from the video. What she said wasn't what you are saying happened. Understand that. That's what we've been trying to drill through your fucking head.
that the whole point of the video is to associate MGTOW with man-hating feminists.
Holy shit. Does this guy need it spelled out to him every second? I mean, seriously.
Unfortunately, he does. He's a fucking guppy.
So to me, that was the main point of your video, is to say MGTOWs and man-hating feminists are both the fucking same. We're all fucking children, entitled pricks that...
Do you see that? Like, even now, after not only her video, but my rebuttal video, fucking Direwolf's rebuttal video, and we all explain it to him, even now, he fucking doesn't get it, and he's got his fifis involved. Oh, my little fifis are hurt, and that was the point of your video that I took from it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Upset
Look,
that Barbie
look.
won't marry you, so
No,
that is...
I'm sorry that you're wrong, but you're wrong.
I wouldn't be sorry. Don't be sorry that someone so stupid can't pick up on a simple point you made. It's not your fault.
I didn't say.
So you're saying you didn't say any of these direct quotes from your
What
video?
I'm saying is that I specifically said MGTOWs who hate women. I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
None of us do. None of us do.
Perhaps it's because he has all the intellectual depth of a cinder block with the attention span of a goldfish.
Because
That's
you're
clearly,
saying...
no.
Because you're
That's
contradicting
clearly
yourself?
No, I'm not contradicting myself.
How is she contradicting herself? She said MGTOW who hate women and feminists who hate men. Does she need to draw you a fucking map?
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
No, she's not. Just because you don't comprehend what she is saying does not mean she is contradicting herself. It just means you're too fucking stupid to understand.
No,
Okay.
I never veered off the point of saying that if you hate one gender or the other, you're a child. And if you're a MGTOW who hates women or you're a feminist who hates men, then you're a child. That's incredibly clear. And I'm surprised that somebody with such a high IQ...
That's right, 135.
Coincidentally, people who are actually intelligent aren't so insecure that they feel the need to continually justify their own intelligence to other people. No holds barred, I sincerely doubt that your IQ is 135, but if it was 135, that would render the IQ measuring system completely meaningless.
Yeah, look at you go. I'm so... Like, are you on any of those IQ societies?
Look, an assertion. My IQ is 135. Yeah, bullshit. I want to see some documentation to prove this. Otherwise, dude, you're a fucking moron.
I'm in some secret societies.
Yeah? Yeah, that's really cool.
$10 says these secret societies require a decoder ring you get from a cereal box.
$20 says he didn't buy the cereal because he's a 30-year-old man who lives with his mom and has no job. Oh, and coincidentally has a 135 IQ.
Notice how she fucking pays the absolute shit out of him, and he doesn't pick up on it. That's beautiful. Absolute fucking gold.
Mm.
That's super neat. I don't think I've ever spoken to somebody so smart before, you know?
Well, you know, it is difficult to interact with somebody on your level, I'm going to be honest. But you know, I'm extending a hand, you know.
Yeah,
I know that women on average
so
have
gracious.
lower IQs, but, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
She certainly did. She gotcha.
So, do you listen to, like...
Wow, if you have such a large brain, I'd expect it to be far more successful, because it kind of seems like SDA is making you look like a fool, and you are unable to put together even one complete logical argument.
Do you listen to a lot of MGTOW videos, or was that refutation based on particular video?
I actually do listen to a fair number of MGTOW videos pretty regularly. I enjoy listening to other people and their opinions and their viewpoints. So yeah, of course I do. And again, I'm not, in that video, I was not refuting the MGTOW philosophy or anything like that. It was literally just, you know, if you don't like women or you don't like men and you just despise an entire gender, that's silly.
There you go. Having to explain it to him again.
So,
but I think that we live in a society where
Here we go. Watch him go off on a tangent, which is completely irrelevant to what she was saying. Now, what he brings up, whether it's valid or not, is not the issue. The issue is he's not understanding what she said.
Where any male criticism of female nature is immediately dismissed using that projected emotional intent of hatred. So I find that it's often used to kind of downplay any criticism of females and take responsibility off them, which is what feminism is pretty much all about. So
Well,
when you're an anti-feminist, but you're using that kind of language to kind of discredit.
First off, no one cares about your feelings, or the feelings of anyone that may have been offended by her video. She made a logical argument that you are avoiding. She made no statement that applied to all men, or all MGTOWs, or any other group other than a small subset of MGTOWs who hate all women, and feminists who hate all men. Unless that describes you, you should not be offended. I'm thinking you might be offended because it does describe you. And if it does describe you, then you are exactly as childish as the worst man-hating feminist. Congratulations.
The opinions of men that they're coming to these conclusions based on their own personal experience and
all right,
because
so let
of
me
data.
ask you this question.
So she's realised that he's gone off on a feelings tangent again, with anecdotal evidence, what his experience is. It's almost as if he's reading from notes too. So she stopped him from doing that, and now she is going to ask him yet again the question. Let's see if he can answer it.
Yeah.
Do you honestly believe that it's reasonable to despise an entire gender because of what some horrible person might do?
Depending on the person's experiences.
Oh, God, we're not talking about experiences and feelings. We understand that can shape your mindset. What we're trying to do is ask you a logical question which you can't seem to answer. And I've read some of the comments over on his channel, and some of these people, oh, she keeps cutting him off. Oh, you destroyed her, but she keeps interrupting you. She's interrupting him because he's so fucking dumb that he goes off track. He's not understanding. So she has to say, stop. Let's come back and look at the question again, like you're talking to a fucking child.
I don't think it's always unreasonable.
No,
I can
really.
empathize with men that hate women. I
Okay,
can
but
empathize
from
with
a
women that hate
logical-
men to an extent.
But from a logical perspective, okay, if we're not being emotional, right? Because, basing stuff on emotions is what the feminists would want us to do. If we're basing it on logic, is it really fair to judge an entire demographic based on the actions of a couple of horrible people?
Well, it's not necessarily that I think that there's a lot of
Just answer the goddamn question already.
MGTOW that hate women.
Okay, so
It's
then...
more about that the cumulative behaviors of women is destructive and MGTOW are calling them out.
I just think I heard the entire world facepalm.
And that's fine if you think that, but that doesn't have anything to do with the original point of my
Sorry,
video.
I'll just have to pause for about 30 seconds. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Hiya, chat. How's it going? While we're gone.
Meanwhile, after being bested by SDA, No Holds Barred runs off to the forest to masturbate. We will return after a short interlude.
So I'm back.
Okay.
Common MGTOW problem is your parents knock on your bedroom door when you're doing podcasts. So
Seriously. His parents.
Oh my God, that's fucking gold.
How old is this fucktard? Seriously. I was 18 when I moved out, and I haven't been back since.
So we've got a MGTOW that's going his own way with his parents. He's got an IQ of 135. He's got great earnings potential, but he's living at home with mummy and daddy. And what is he now, 31 or something like that? Way to go, MGTOW.
Okay, real talk. This guy's life is depressing. He's a horrible example of a MGTOW. He makes MGTOWs look bad. He makes men look bad.
What? What do you want? No, I'm talking to my internet friends. Fuck, leave me alone. No. No, get out of my room. Get out. I don't care if you own it. I don't care. I'm talking to my internet friends. I'm having a bidet. Do you know what I mean? Don't mock me. It's a big word. I'm doing podcasts on the YouTube. Okay? No, get out. They're my only friends. Oh, aren't you people? We're all doing podcasts together, aren't we? Oh, shit.
Right.
Had to deal with that, you know?
Yeah. No, I gotcha. Okay. So,
Mum, no. No, put it down. I don't need my bong fixed. It's fine the way it is. No, I don't want to borrow yours. Leave me alone. I'm doing podcasts with my friends. Sorry about that. I'm back. It's, you know what it's like with living with your parents and being in your 30s, huh? Oh, I just told her that we're all doing podcasts together, aren't we? Oh, that's the MGTOW life.
like I said, the original video had nothing to do with the philosophy of MGTOW.
Hold on a second. Get out, Mum! Mum, get out! No! Told you I'm doing podcasts with my friends.
It literally just has to do, it's a pretty black and white situation, to be honest with you. It has to do with if you've had something happen to you, because let's face it, we've all had horrible shit happen to us. And then you decide that you hate an entire demographic, then that's silly. It could be applicable to if you get robbed by a big black guy and you get shot and then you have to get your arm amputated and then you hate all black people. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but then there's the other side where it's like, oh, you know, you can't even say that black people are more likely to mug you than an old white lady, where everybody knows that's not true. So you can associate negative behaviors with a group based on statistics without hating that group.
Sure, of course. And I
without hating every individual in that group. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's completely understandable. And I don't disagree with you there. I'm just saying when people have this really strong emotional reaction and they decide that they hate somebody, it's a very childish reaction to hate an entire demographic based on a bad experience. And that's literally all I was saying. So we can get into the larger nuances of how fucked up the American family court system is and stuff like that.
And here's the problem. We can't get into that issue because he doesn't want to do anything to help with the system. He just wants to blame women.
But if we want to address my actual video...
And that's another point that I find is common with anti-feminists is they always want to blame the court system and they want to blame feminism, but they don't want to blame women as a group.
We don't want to just blame the court system. We want to try to fix it, to make it fair. That's admirable. Blaming all women isn't.
Sure, not every individual woman in that group will exhibit every single negative behavior.
Let's take a step back, okay?
But it is likely to happen.
Women are not a hive mind, and women don't have a specific philosophy. So no, you can't blame women as a collective, just like you can't blame black people as a collective for crime. There are much bigger forces going on in both of those situations. So yes, you can say that a woman is more likely to initiate a divorce or a black person is more likely to mug you. But if you actually want to solve the problem, you have to go a lot farther than that. So why are these things happening? What is it in the court system that allows these things to happen? You know, what are the underlying structures?
A court system deals with a problem after the problem has arisen. So if you get mugged by a group of black people, then you've already been mugged. It doesn't matter about the court system after that.
Oh boy. There's that worldwide facepalm again.
So, would you think that it's completely racist to be walking down a dark alley in a ghetto, see a group of black men, and avoid them? Because that's all MGTOW is. It's applying that logic to women. It's saying, well, statistically, I could be in a lot of trouble here if I go down this path. So I'm going to go over here.
You know what? That's perfectly fine. Because if you decide that you don't want to get married, that's great. People have been deciding that they don't want to get married for generations. That's nothing new. So that's not what I'm disputing. What I'm disputing, or not really what I'm disputing, what I'm saying, excuse me, is that if you actually want to solve the problem of crime in a ghetto, or of the way that divorce works and the way that custody battles work, you have to go way beyond just saying, well, women as an aggregate do this, or black people as an aggregate do this. Do you understand that?
I don't think he ever will.
Yeah, except MGTOW is based on your own personal decisions. It's not based around
Oh my god, it's like talking to a wall.
around MRA style activism, where we're trying to change the broader culture. We're equiping men with the tools to deal with the present moment to prevent negative things from happening to them.
Desire to fix the actual problems that you're trying to, so are you just running from the problems?
How am I supposed to fix these problems?
Well, first you could pull your head out of your ass, quit masturbating in your mom's basement, and actually go out there into the world and actually talk to people. It's called social interaction, moron.
No, to be fair, he does go out into the world and he does interview women and talk and interact with other people. But the problem is his mindset. He's got this outlook on the entire world, on an entire gender, and he's passing judgment on everything that he interacts with.
Why is it the responsibility of men to fix these problems?
It's not the responsibility of men. It's not the responsibility of one demographic or the other to fix these problems. I think that it's the responsibility of us as voters to communicate our concerns to our legislatures and to push for local change, because that's really, when you want change to a court system or to the way that things work, you really have to be involved in local politics, especially in the US.
I think we've safely established that he doesn't want to help fix any problems. He just wants to point a finger, blame a gender, and hide from the problem.
But the majority of men aren't lawyers or going to be bothered dealing with any kind of broader level activism. So all MGTOW is applying logic to your own personal life.
You don't have to be a lawyer to give your local representatives a call. You don't have to do these things. And if a bunch of people were to actually push for these changes to be made to the family court systems and to the way that divorce, especially in America, happens, then a lot of these problems could be solved.
Well, it's still not going to solve a lot of the other problems that MGTOW talk about, like hypergamy.
Oh, here we go. It's like, it doesn't matter because, we might solve one problem, but it's not going to solve these other issues, and let's bring up the MGTOW Bible.
Like hypergamy.
Okay.
And it's female quotas in areas that are male-dominated.
But these are the things that anti-feminists are trying to fight and to try to fix, but you don't want to be part of that. And I have to believe that there are MGTOW out there that are smart enough to realize that men can go their own way and still help fix these issues. They can't all be as stupid as you.
Well, I mean, okay. So, all right, let's
I can do what I can do. I can bring these ideas onto the table.
Let's chill
That's
for a
all
second.
I can do.
So let's talk about hypergamy, right? So just in case somebody doesn't know, hypergamy is when you're trying to, you're with somebody for their status or for their things, or you're trying to leech off of somebody, right?
Aren't those also called gold diggers?
Not according to him. He'll define it for us soon.
Sure. Well, how about I'll quickly define hypergamy as I see it. I've made a video called An Introduction to Hypergamy. You probably haven't seen it, but it's one of my popular videos. And I explain that...
the one about me is also wildly popular, so you're welcome.
You're
like, it can't be that hard to look at, That's your most popular video right now.
Notice there, she gave him a chance to insult her and say, no, you're a fat bitch. But he was too pussy. to say it. Like she said, I dare you to call me fat live. And he wouldn't do it.
I guess this means we can add the word spineless to the list of words that describe this so-called alpha male. How are you supposed to lead the pack from your mother's basement? You're all bark and no brains.
So, yeah, as I was saying, that I think hypergamy is basically a direct result of men having more utility than women.
Here we go, back to the old MGTOW handbook, and forget the whole point of what this debate was about.
So when you have men that have a higher earnings potential based on their larger brains, higher IQs, and their more muscular bodies.
Wow. He must be part gopher, because I have never seen anybody dig themselves that deep, that fast.
Which means they can create more wealth, then you are going to get women attracted to...
We're talking about gold diggers, right? Is that...
No, not necessarily, because I don't associate hypergamy with gold digging explicitly. Gold digging is just an extreme form of hypergamy.
Hey, no holds barred. You know if you married a girl who has a brain at a job, that'd be hypogamy. In your current position, at your current age, most girls are of a higher social class than you, so you're more likely to be in a hypogamous relationship than any at all. Which means you're the one that's more likely trying to trade up in class and status than the girls you're trying to date.
So
Okay.
I'll describe a gold digger is with a man purely for the economic gain, whereas a woman that's hypergamous, she may like other characteristics about the man.
Yeah, you're right. She might like the idea that the man is living at home with mummy and daddy. You never know.
But him having a more stable income than her is a prerequisite. She's not there just for that, but it's a prerequisite.
So excuse my MGTOWly ignorance here, but if gold diggers are basically like sugar babies, and so the girl has a sugar daddy, what do you call the guys who have a sugar mama?
Are you saying that men also can't have those desires for a relationship? So are you saying that if a man also wants a woman to have a stable job or for her to have certain characteristics, that's just so unreasonable?
Well, the thing is, if you're with a female that earns about the same amount of money as you, she's much more likely to divorce you. So, and she's much less likely to date you in the first place, because if her sexual marketplace value is a 5 and yours is a 5,
Here's more of that MGTOW handbook.
then based on averages, you're going to be earning more than her, because if she was a 6 or a 7, then she'd be earning about the same much as you, because men out earn women.
You know, I've got no problems with the MGTOW talking about the philosophy and discussing it, but bringing it up just for the sake of bringing it up and inserting it into conversations that have nothing to do with this is just fucking mind-bogglingly stupid. I mean, still, he hasn't caught on to the whole point of the argument. It's amazing. It's really fucking amazing.
So are you... Okay, but is it really wrong for somebody to have those kinds of desires for a relationship?
When we live in a society where women are given the benefits of affirmative action, where women are able to, in theory, earn as much as men if they put in the work, and they want to be considered equals, then yes, I do think there is something wrong with that. If we want to live in a society where it's agreed that hypergamy is fine, but men have the authority and legal rights to support that framework of relationship, then I don't think there's anything too wrong with it. But in the current feminist society, it's not compatible with traditional values.
Can you see how far off track we've gotten? I mean, from the original question all the way out to this, and then onto marriage, and then later onto fossil fuels for the earth. It's mind-blowing, unbelievable.
Wouldn't that would depend on the individual people who are in these relationships, what they want, because if a woman wants a man to be earning more than her or something like that, for the most part, they're going to be upfront with you about it. And it's it's hard to find somebody that you're perfectly compatible with or even very compatible with. So, yeah, I understand that it might take a minute to find somebody with the same values as you. But that's really the issue.
Okay, well, basically,
She's right. It's called communication, dating, getting to know a person. Like the way dumbass here is going in that it's like he expects people to be able to walk up to a woman on the street going, yeah, I like the way you look, you're hot, I desire you, therefore you must be as I claim to be. Like, where does this guy get off?
He does it in the woods. I've been over this already.
from my experience, the girls that I've dated long term in the past, I consider I'm me. I'm fairly critical and observant of females, fairly cautious. So I chose girls that I think were very attractive, had good personalities, and had stable career prospects. They were both at university. A common theme that ran in both of these relationships.
Both, as in your two relationships. Okay, go on. Let us know.
I'm still surprised he found two girls who were very beautiful, had great personalities, had great job prospects, but were willing to settle for him. A guy with a terrible personality, no job, living with his parents, who sounds perma-high and thinks he's better than all women. If these women truly exist, they must be really self-loathing, and he's definitely trading up.
Is when I sold my car because I ran into financial hardships, which I had to in both, once each in both relationships. When I sold my car, the attitude kind of changed towards me. And you notice that, like, even though I don't think that they were gold diggers, as I was saying before, they were definitely hypergamous.
Okay, so let us assume that these relationships were during your teens and 20s, both of these relationships, and you had a car and sold a car with both of these relationships. These women were young. Of course, they might not have been able to drive, so they were using you for a car. Get over it. Don't fucking judge every fucking woman out there based on your two teen relationships. Fucking Jesus, mate. Grow up.
Yeah,
And so you can find somebody that you're compatible with. You can find the so-called walk, but it's a temporary phase that they're going through based on circumstance.
Not necessarily, because if you were actually compatible with somebody, like legitimately compatible with them, then that would not have happened.
He won't understand.
Yeah,
but it does in the majority of cases. Statistically, it is likely to happen.
In the majority of cases, in my experience, in my 2 dates that I've had, this has happened. Therefore, it's the majority of times, dickhead.
You're not going to be compatible with the majority of people. I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah, I get it. So some girls like you and they're totally into you, and then you sell your car and now they're not so into you. So cool, you've dodged some bullets there, I would say.
I have to agree with STA here, but I wouldn't call it dodging a bullet. I call it a relationship stress test. And if they can't be with you regardless, then obviously they failed and they're not worth your time. Therefore, dump them and move on to the next.
And if those women really were very young and still maturing, they may have been more materialistic and caring about superficial things back then, but those same women, 10 years from now, could be completely different people. Maybe you and they were too young and dumb back then, but you shouldn't discount all women because of the behavior of just them at that time in their lives. And I can guarantee you those statistics you just mentioned are complete bullshit.
Yes.
So the point of finding, if that's what you want to do, if you want to find a life partner and get married to them.
Oh no! Sometime American, you've said the marriage word. Now he's going to be looking through his MGTOW notes at the marriage part, and he's going to be dumping that on us soon.
The point of doing that, the point of dating and fucking up and screwing up relationships is it's almost like practice, like learning what you don't like, and your tastes are going to evolve, and you're going to learn how to avoid those situations happening again.
So I find even the concept of getting married.
There you go. Told ya. Knew it was fucking happening. Oh, shit. She said marriage. Through my notes. Aha. MGTOW doesn't like marriage. Let's bring that up. Fucking golden. You can predict this fucking guy. He's so fucking easy to predict.
A failure in itself.
Well,
Like,
then
that's
don't get married.
that's just as bad as divorce. And if you narrow your selection of females to women who do not want to get married.
Here we go. He's going to bring up the old 95% of women don't want to get married statistic. Something that was around, about the 1980s, but he's still sticking by it. Fucking Jesus. Let's hear it. It's going to come in almost every fucking video. When it comes to marriage, he'll bring up the 95% stat.
That's some slim pickings right there, because
Well,
95% of women want to get married because they will financially benefit from it.
Holy shit, citation needed. I have got to see these statistics, you hoser. Because right now, the only thing that's coming out of your mouth is the same bullshit that comes out of your ass.
Dude, you won't find that stat unless it's on some MGTOW channel somewhere. You legitimately won't find that 95% stat anywhere. You'll find a lot of other stats about marriage and how it's on a decline and shit like that, but not this 95% of women want to get married just because of men's income.
Well, I don't think that's the only reason for marriage, but look, if
What's the other reason?
to have a family, to have kids.
You can do that without marriage.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of benefits that go with being married.
Yeah, the
Oh,
female
for a lot of
legal
people-
benefits.
There's also a lot of legal and financial reasons to get married, such as property laws and tax benefits. But of course, you'd have to have a job to have tax benefits, so you might not understand.
For a lot of people, it's a religious thing. I don't know if you're religious or not, but it's not really that important. But for a lot of people, it's a religious thing that they
See-
want to get married before. And for a lot of people, it's a values thing. Like they don't want to have kids out of wedlock or something like that.
Whatever the reason, it's irrelevant to the point that some dumb American made originally. See how far this has gone off track? And it's gone off track just so he can insert MGTOW stats and dogma, which is fine. We can talk about that. But that's not the issue she brought up.
And see, I consider on one level, so I can hear some echo.
Some would say that that's just the emptiness of your head.
Do you have headphones in?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So I consider on one level what marriage actually used to be is a primitive form of contraception.
A primitive form of contraception. Have you done any research? I mean, you've got the computer at your fingertips. You just need to go to Wikipedia to look up the history of birth control.
So you look at statistics from when the condom and birth control was invented.
Statistics. When the condom and birth control was invented. Right.
And you see divorce rates getting lower, divorce rates getting higher.
Divorce rates getting lower, divorce rates getting higher.
And when you take out, when you add in the fact that,
When you take out, when you add in,
well, it's still expected that men maintain their traditional roles in marriage, but women, they kissed theirs goodbye decades ago. They, over about a century ago, it was expected that they remain virgins until they get married, because women who are promiscuous before they get married are much more likely
But people
to,
also got married a
to
lot
cheat
younger
on you,
as well.
etc.
People also got married at like 12. So
Yeah,
it's a lot easier
exactly.
to stay a virgin until you're 18.
So there was
So yeah, of course, societal norms and things like that change. That's
yeah, and that makes certain things such as marriage not only obsolete but kind of destructive to the initial intent.
yeah. I disagree, and I think that's just something that we're gonna agree to disagree on.
Yeah, that's because you're a woman.
Oh. I don't know about you guys, but this condescending prick is really starting to piss me off.
No,
And-
it's not because I'm a woman.
It's because you're a traditional woman. a traditional man would agree with you and say,
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
men
so-
should have these responsibilities, even though females got rid of their traditional responsibilities ages ago.
I mean, what makes you think that okay. I mean, I still consider those traditional responsibilities of being a wife to be important. So, you mean it's up to the individual person, and it's up to individual people to work out what they want in their own relationships.
Which we'd like to remind people is completely irrelevant to the original point some dumb American brought up.
Yeah, and what MGTOW is saying is that the vast majority of females, of individual females,
Based on your two relationships,
are making that decision that the only suitable framework for them to be in a relationship, if they're in a hypergamous relationship,
hypergamy, a MGTOW buzzword.
and they're guaranteed marriage. And that is basically a man submitting to a woman, which they then find unattractive because it's not very masculine, and then they get divorced.
Saying that there's no men that actually want to get married?
I'm not saying that at all. Of course there's men that want to get married.
So then what's the issue?
I'm saying that I think it's a obsolete and destructive framework for long-term healthy relationships.
So apparently the guy who's had 2 long-term dating relationships that were both failures is the expert on how long-term relationships should be. And he hasn't cited any sources that are experts on this actual topic. All he's done is spout off obviously false statistics. And all this is one long, meaningless rabbit hole made to distract from the fact that he was completely wrong about the original topic.
Neato trousers, then don't get married. What's the problem? I'm confused on
I'm not saying there's necessarily a problem or an issue. I'm just saying what I see. Like, I don't think it's a massive issue, because I think that men, if they don't dedicate their lives to women, they'll live a much happier life, they'll have a better sex life, and hopefully men will start to be more creative, innovate, and build more wealth for themselves, and not share it with women so that they can contribute to overpopulation.
Dude, the only sex life you're going to have is with Pamela Henderson and Rustina Reachme, otherwise known as your left and right hand.
You know, Western countries aren't overpopulated, right?
Yeah, that's true. Western countries aren't overpopulated, but India, China, Africa,
Yeah, well, fuck
they
it.
are.
China,
And
who cares?
and even though, you know, the birth rates of white people in Western countries isn't overpopulation, the level of migration we have into these countries
Well, that's a completely separate
is
issue.
basically the same thing, because you're still having too
Yeah,
many people flooding into these areas regardless of the birth rate.
You're conflating two separate issues, but that's okay. We'll just ignore that.
Yep, let's just ignore that, because there's no point trying to get through to this guy.
And I see overpopulation as a global issue, not a national issue,
that's really
because
cute,
there's
but-
only a finite amount of resources on
Yeah,
the
but
planet, and we're all dependent on oil, which
Okay.
none of us, barely
It's
any
not-
countries get oil from their own country.
It's
So
not
oil creates
a
everything.
global issue, but that's okay.
Well, yes, it is. If
No, it's not. No, it's not.
the entire planet relies upon fossil fuels to create food, electricity, basically all the plastic in the world, basically everything that we love, energy and resources and food.
And you see how far this guy has gone off on a tangent. We've gone from, do you think it's silly to judge an entire gender, to fossil fuels? Are you fucking kidding me?
Comes from oil, and that is a finite resource that is depleting, and we
Right.
can't extract it out of the
I get
ground
it.
fast enough to support the population.
I gotcha.
So overpopulation isn't about land
Yeah, she's laughing at you, dude. At you.
or anything like that. It's
Yeah,
about resources.
okay.
Okay, so because oil is a finite resource, marriage is bad, and because marriage is bad, it's okay to hate women. All right, honey, we're getting a divorce. Cool.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, I'm calling it here. SDA won it. Like, seriously, this guy was all over the map, and he couldn't even stay on on the topic that they were talking about. Like, how the hell does he expect the people to take him seriously when he can't even string 2 coherent sentences together? I mean, seriously. Ugh.
So, is there anything else that you wanted to address?
Well played, some dumb American. Wrap it up.
Not particularly. Not
Okay.
particularly, unless you have any more questions.
No, I don't.
Any more questions? You couldn't even understand the question she asked.
Okay.
So, are we good?
Yeah, I guess short and sweet podcast.
Thank you, SDA. You did a great job. You gave him enough rope to hang himself. Thank you, No Holds Barred, for being a complete lunatic for me and all of us to laugh at. You are hilarious and pathetic.
Well, I just wanted to address the actual issue of my original video.
Yeah, which he still was unable to do.
So,
So
that's
that you
pretty much all I wanted to
that it-
address. You know, no hard feelings or anything, I hope.
No.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for hopping on here. I appreciate it. And
That's okay.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thank you very much for inviting me in on this, and I wish you all a very happy new year. Because if 2016 has taught us anything, we need to lock and load, because if it was going to be that bad, we got a lot of cleanup to come up. So, be strong, take care, and yeah. Hasta bye-bye.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, Devil in the Details. Thank you, Direwolf, for joining us as well.
And thank you, Suit, and everyone else for inviting me to be here. I really enjoyed responding to this video. It was hysterical. To all my cubs watching this video, please check out all the YouTubers that are part of this collaboration. SDA, Devils in the Details, Roary, and Suit. They're all great people. Direwolf, out.
And of course, thank you, Roary.
Yeah, thanks, Suit, for letting me on this fucking vid. The Devil in the Details is fucking good. I really like him. And Direwolf. Yeah, fucking Direwolf, man. Alright, back to you, motherfucker.
No worries, Roary. All right, guys, thank you all for watching. That's our final word on the topic.